Pregame.com.
I am Steve Fezzik. I am here with Bryan Leonard. He is going to go ahead and give us a free play on the Knicks-Celtics game. Celtics just off a loss. Be interesting to see how they respond here in this game. Bryan, what do you think?
Yeah, we're taping this on Tuesday. The game's on Thursday. While we were taping, I'm getting the scores. They're playing the Cleveland Cavaliers. And if you listen to the guys listen to the radio show last night, I had Boston. They gave up 54 points to Cleveland in the first half in that game. They've now lost 4 straight.
Wait, you admitted to losing a game?
I lose a lot of games.
That's cut. Can we? No.
I lose a lot of games.
It happens.
Pretty much close to half. Just every good bettor I know does. But, yeah, they play that game. Rivers didn't like the way the team has been playing all along. He came out and he reamed the team in the papers, and then all of a sudden they go out and give up 54 points to the Cleveland Cavaliers, who were shorthanded. They had a trade with Memphis today. In the second half, Boston finally came around, played a little bit better defense. Unfortunately, they didn't put much scoring together, and that's been something we've seen out of Boston lately. They're not scoring a lot of points, but they've been giving up a lot of points. But now I think that halftime speech looked like it showed something today, and I think this is going to be something that we see some value in here when they're playing the Knicks.
Well, let me ask you, when I get a disappointing performance from a team that I consider not to be garbage, so it's at least a playoff contender, heck, this Boston Celtic team, they were actually 51 wins was their season win number. What a disappointment. I know they've been hovering right around 500, but I don't really care if a Sacramento or someone loses. But I get a team that's supposed to be in the playoffs, maybe is underperforming, and they're off a loss. My first knee-jerk is always to look under for them to pick up the defense, a good organization. Would you agree with that?
Yeah, definitely. And you're taking a look at a team. You're going to run into streaks where you're just not shooting the ball very well, and that's what Boston's doing right now. But the effort part is on defense. So you got a Boston team who knows they need to win with their defense. They're playing the Knicks team right now that this isn't the same Knicks team that started the season. New York started the season 18-5. They've dropped 9 out of their last 16 games. They are not playing that well right now. Offensively, they're struggling. They just played Boston on January 7th. They lose that game 102-96. I'm hoping a lot of people will look at that and say, well, that's a kind of a high-scoring game here. Boston's giving up a lot of points defensively, so we might even get better value in this game. But I'm looking for this game to go under. Neither one of these teams is playing good ball right now. They know they got to come out with an effort, and that'll be on the defensive side.
One concern I have, I did want to ask you, I know Brooklyn just beat the Knicks, low-scoring game. That concerns me. I'd much rather it be a high-scoring game to go ahead and go under. Would you concur with that?
Yeah, it definitely makes a difference. You take a look at the schedule for the Knicks. They go to London. They play Detroit. They come back. They play their new rival. And if you've watched any of those games, you know, these players are really getting into it against each other. It's important games. And I know you talk about that all the time. The more important the game is, the better you like the under.
Big games go under.
Yep, big games go under. And now that the way that these two teams are playing, I think this is a big game, which points us towards the under. So I'll use this.
Very good. Let's go ahead and make it official then. Bryan Leonard here with the Free Play NBA.
All right, we got two teams right now hungry for a win, two teams that are used to being in the playoffs, neither team playing very well right now. I'm going to play this game under the total. I like what happened in the second half in the Boston game against Cleveland. Sure, Boston lost that game, but they lost it because they couldn't score. They didn't lose it because they didn't play good defense in the second half. I believe Rivers at halftime, of course, we're not there. I believe he laid into his team, and I expect Boston to come out. This is a proving ground in this game with the Knicks, and I'm going to play this game under the total.
And I'll expect you to win it, or I might be laying into you. So I'm going to go ahead and get down on that. I want to let everybody know here that the future videos here, stay tuned. You're going to have Marco coming in with VR. They're going to give their first takes on the Super Bowl. They're going to be breaking down baskets as well for the weekend action. I'm looking forward to seeing all those videos. Again, I want to thank Bryan Leonard here for sitting in for me, with me. And I'm Steve Fezzik. And thanks again. Check out all the videos at pregame.tv.